A young gifted boy living in San Fransokyo puts together a team of superheroes after his incredible invention is stolen by a wannabe supervillain. Back in the late 90s and early 2000s, kids' CGI animated movies were pretty rare, and every one felt like a must-see theatrical event. As time passed, more and more movies were animated with computer-generated graphics, and less were animated with traditional hand-drawn animation. At this time, the CGI movie quality seemed to decline a little bit. Maybe it was oversaturation, or maybe it's that they had perfected the workflow of the animation and they could afford to let some B and C team writers get a stab at making a great movie, instead of just animating the best of the best stories. Whatever the reason, by the time Big Hero 6 came out, I just didn't feel the need to rush and see every new animated movie that was coming out. I eventually decided to watch it, and I was blown away by how great it is. As far as the visuals go, there's nothing here that you haven't seen before, but what makes it special is the thoughtful character development and the introduction of the most unlikely hero, a giant inflated trash bag named Baymax. Baymax is a robot designed by our protagonist Hiro's older brother Tadashi. Baymax is programmed with the knowledge of the entire medical community and is able to administer first aid when a trauma is detected. Baymax talks in a very monotone voice, like you would expect a computer to talk. Its charm and humor comes from its limited vocabulary. The audience can tell Baymax is just reacting to its surroundings based on how it was programmed. It repeats phrases when it hears a keyword, even if it wasn't done speaking its prior sentence. Baymax has a one-track mind to heal those in need. I absolutely love everything about Baymax, who is the source of all of the humor in the movie and most of the heart of the movie. Not since number 5 in Short Circuit have I felt so emotionally attached to Robot. Baymax is all the reason you need to watch Big Hero 6. Looking past Baymax, the other members of the 6-person superhero squad all have perky personalities, and they have all created inventions that eventually become their superhero powers. The thing about inventions is, a lot of times they end up being used for something entirely different than they were designed for. A lot of thought went into the inventions in Big Hero 6. The best of those inventions is the one that Hero creates, that is stolen and basically kicks off the entire chain of events of the movie's plot. This invention is called Microbots. If Microbots existed in the real world, they probably would go down as a top 5 most important invention in history. I'm talking up there with the wheel important. The invention is a paradigm shift that would speed up humanity's evolution dramatically. And not only is Hero a great inventor, he is an incredible presenter. There's no way to not be wowed by his presentation and unveiling of these Microbots. Microbots aren't something that could exist in the real world today, but at some point they maybe could. Big Hero 6 is a great kids movie with enough emotional weight to keep adults entertained. It follows the tried-and-true superhero origin story formula of having a tragedy in the first act, a bunch of montages of the team coming together in the second act, and the third act becomes pretty much just a big action fest. But for whatever reason, I find it to be better and more charming than most animated movies of the past decade. Be prepared to fall in love with a giant marshmallow-looking robot nurse. It would be impossible not to. Being drunk in a police station, hugging a robot, petting fat cats, squeezing into tight spaces, trying to squeeze your butt into a costume.